Hey guys, just doing a bit of another help tutorial here for somebody who bought my modeling tutorial for Carrara. This person was having difficulty. They modeled the pencil in a little different way and ran into some issues. So I'm just going to show how to model things at an angle a bit, and some of the issues you run into when doing that. So let's drag in the vertex icon and control or construct, insert a cylinder. Where are you, cylinder? There's a cylinder. We'll do two sections and we'll do it at 0.5 feet, and we will do it in the y-axis and say OK. So we will switch to the 3-view layout and let's get our pencil model or reference image. Okay. I guess the problem with Carrara is if you look, I'll hit Shift R to invoke the rotate tool to make it sticky. If you notice here, I'll hit it in the Z axis, and when we rotate, if we drag this handle, you look at the value over here, nothing happens. I'll hit Control Z. So watch over here, you will see that nothing changes. So we have no visual feedback as to how much we rotated the object. There are several ways we can work around this. So I'll show you a couple. So let's go Control T and we will move this guy up here. We'll switch to one view layout. Go like this. I'll place this vertex right here. When everything's selected, I'll just place it right there in the corner and then Control Alt click that vertex, and you notice our manipulator handles snap to it. And then now if we hit the Shift R to do the rotate tool, we can rotate this right like this. And if we have two windows, let's open two windows and have them both in the top view. And I want them side by side. Let's zoom into this top one here and then zoom in down here. So we'll just try and keep the same distance there. So let's go here and we'll rotate it. So that's roughly the same distance. Now let's go down here, pan down here, and we'll zoom into the front here, and then we'll scale this guy here from here. Keep scaling it bigger. You notice it's getting bigger over here. We should see it zooming out here. We can zoom out here so you see it. Or go like this. I have the Shift key down when I'm doing this. Okay, so there it is there. And then we can select that by left click and drag. Selects that, and we will switch to or we'll just zoom out like this, and we will now use the Shift H to dynamically extrude our pencil. I'm just going to do it quick here. We gotta zoom in here because we have to select the edge here when we do this. Okay, so now we have our model of our pencil modeled. Now we want to go back. Actually, it should be shrunk a little bit here, so let's double click it all and let's Control Alt click this one, this vertex, and that means it'll scale with respect to that vertex. So let's Shift and scale it down a little. Let's see how it did for the length of our pencil. It is a little bit. I guess that's what it is. Actually, just move it over a bit and that's fine. I guess there's a bit of perspective going on with that image. So now what I want to do, let's go to the single view, or we'll leave it right here. So let's click this same vertex, go like this, Control D to duplicate it, and we'll move this vertex way down here. I know this is a cheesy way. Control Alt click this one again, and then we will rotate this, click and drag, and then zoom in here. Hit the rotate tool until it lines up with this vertex we copied and dragged over there. see the line snaps there, and we just snaps it right to it. It doesn't snap it to it, but we can align it pretty good. So there it is, it's our pencil back to the 0 angle. That's one way to do it. The other way you can do it, Control-Alt-H to move the manipulator to there. We can insert a plane, and then we will go like this, and we will add our texture map to it. Choose our texture map, say OK, and it's got to be in parametric mapping. And if you have this expanded here, you notice that texture size is 800 by 471. So let's go to the top view here in the 3D view, and let's make this guy here, and we'll rotate it just so it's like this. Whoops, R, and roughly put it there. And then we will go make sure we remember the numbers. It's 800 by 471. And we will go in here, it's selected, just choose the same values. Let's find the longest dimension, which is 20. So that's going to be 8. And the other one was 471, so 4.71. The aspect ratio is now the same, so our pencil should be the same as in our modeling room. So let's scale this up. We're just trying to get the angle here now. So what we can do here is we'll if we try and move this, oh, it is good, so we'll undo it. Let's, usually by default it's locked, this manipulator handle. So if it's like this now, let's line up our pencil with the edge right there like that, and then hit the caps lock key, and then we can now move the manipulator around. So let's zoom in here and put it right on this corner, and zoom out, and then make sure it's in the motions tab, and let's look at the rotation in the Z-axis, which is what we're going to do. You look here, Z-axis from looking down above. So we start rotating it until it lines up with our pencil. And you notice now we get our visual feedback, 23.62. So we can undo it, go back to the modeling room, and you can put in the value. Shift R and say it's still around that point, so 23.62. Okay, that's basically modeling at an angle. And the workaround is cheesy, I know, for the rotation, but that's what you got to do. Hopefully, I'll put you can put a feature request in Carrara's bug site. So that is the tutorial.